Alright, so we have seen the differences between the list interface and the set interface, and when to choose the set interface. In simple terms, if you want to store a group of values, that should be unique and it should not contain any kind of duplicate elements in the group, then you have to go for the set interface. Okay, and under the set interface, you have three classes. So the first one is the hash set. Okay, and the second one is the linked hash set, and this also implements the set interface. And the third one we have is the three tree set. This implements the sorted set, that is the child interface of the set, and that implements the sorry, that extends the set interface, right? So let's go here. First, we'll see for the hash set. We'll open the declaration. Here you can see it implements the set interface, right? And for the linked hash set, that also it implements directly the set interface. And for tree set, it implements the navigable set. Okay, and that implements sorry, that extends the sorted set, and the sorted set extends the set interface. Okay, so this is the flow for the tree set. And now we will see one by one, and I will create a method, simple method, and we will try to add some values to this set interface classes, and we'll see what are the difference and when to use hash set, linked hash set, and tree set. So let me create an method. Yeah, so first we'll see the hash set, and you can directly create the reference for the class, or you can also create for the interface. Okay, so anything is fine. Let's create for the class itself, and here also you need to give the generics, and let us try with integer itself, and create an object here. Okay, and put the angular brackets. So now we have created an so you have to import it from the Java util, and using this object, let us try to add the values. Okay, and here also you can separately add it, or you can use the add all method as well. And first let me add it as 10, and we'll add some 4 more values here. And the first two we will keep it as a duplicate one, and the third one I'm giving it as 20, 30, and 40. Okay, and how do you traverse this one? So here you cannot use the normal for loop, because there is no method. It does not come with an index, right? That's why the order is not proper when you are printing. Okay, so if you don't have a get method to mm, call from each index. Okay, so you cannot use the normal for loop here. You can use the enhanced for loop. Okay, so use the enhanced for loop, create a variable here, values, and call this list, sorry, set, and we will print this value here. Okay, and this is one way of traversing through the set interface. Okay, and the other thing is, let me create a line here. We can use the iterator. Okay, iterator interface is applicable for this set as well, and how do you do that? Yeah, we have to import it from Java util, and call this list. Using this, you need to call the iterator method. You can see that is available in hash set. Okay, and put a condition, iterator dot hash next. Okay, so it will check whether the elements are available inside this object. If it is available, then we can print the value using the next method. Okay, and I think you have to add the generics here. So now if I call this method, you can see it will print all the values, and here the duplicate value that we have added as 10, right? So that will get ignored. Okay, and let me run this one now. Okay, so here you can see 20, 40, 10, and 30. So it will not follow the order, since it is not following any kind of index something. So it is displaying in a random way, but you can see the elements that has been duplicated, right? So that has been removed here, and this is using the enhance for loop. It printed the values properly, and using the iterator, it has printed the values properly. So these two ways you can follow it, but if you want to go for a normal for loop, you need the get method, right? So that is not available here. So for other methods that we will see, so add all is similar to that one. So if you have any kind of other set collection that you can add it, or you can add it using the arrays dot as list method. Okay, so that is possible here also, and you can add some values like 100, 200, 300, and even here it will go. It is going to find the duplicate. Okay, all right. So let me run this one. You can see this 300 will be displayed only once. Okay, and the order of sequence you can see it is different, right? So that's how it works. All right, so what all the other methods that it has, let us see now. And here add method, so you can clear the set that is available, and contains equals this and all we have seen already, right? And whether it is empty or not, so iterator we have seen now while traversing it, and remove, yeah, you can remove the values. Okay, so then what else you have? Size you can get it. Okay, what is the size of the set that you have created, and you can remove the whole collection itself. Okay, so let me pass this one here, since I have not created a separate collection, and if I run this one, you can see it will remove all this 10 100, and the first this values alone it is getting displayed, right? So here you can use the remove method, and even the index replacing a value using the index, right? That is also not available, you can see. Okay, either you can just add an integer element, and you can add a collection, but you cannot add or insert using the index since it is not following. Okay, so this is for the hash set. Okay, so for the linked hash set, let us create here itself, and you need to import it from the java util. Okay, let me run this now, and you can see the same output that you will get it here as well. Okay, so if I remove this one, right, let me run this one, and you can see the output now, and there is a difference here. Okay, you can see the order of sequence is maintained in linked hash set. Okay, 10, 20, 30, it will remove the duplicate elements, but you can see the order sequence, it is proper, right? How we added in the same sequence, it is getting displayed. Okay, so for example, if I change here to 10, 20, and let me change to 40, and this one I will change to 10, this one I will change to 10, and here I will change to 30. Okay, this one I will change to, and now if I run, whatever the order I have added, right, and the linked hash rate, the similar sequence it is displaying. Okay, 10, 20, 40, 10, and the duplicate elements it will remove, but okay, but the sequence will be followed in linked hash rate. So this is the main difference between the hash rate and the linked hash rate. Okay, and if you are trying to create for tree set, so we will import it from util, and yeah. Okay, so let me run this one, and you can see here it will sort it from the ascending order. Even if you are giving it, right, it will sort it from the ascending order, and it removes the duplicates here as well. So the major uh, difference that we see in set is removing the duplicates and following the unique pattern, right? So that is followed here in the tree set as well, but you can see the sorting is done here internally, and it is displaying the values from ascending to descending. Okay, so that is the difference between the hash rate, linked hash rate, and tree set. So this is the main difference, and there are few more differences between all these three set class, so that also we will see it now. Okay, so all the set classes, like hash set, linked hash set, or tree set, are not synchronized. Okay, so any of these classes are not synchronized, so they are not thread safe. If you want to make it as thread safe, then you can explicitly put it inside the synchronized set method. Okay, so in collections, we have seen, right, already for the list, I have explained it clearly. So here you can see the synchronized set method, just call it and pass this object inside this one, okay, or else you can create it directly here itself when you are creating an hash set or linked hash set or tree set, okay. So by explicitly you can make it as synchronized, but this is not synchronized by default, okay, all these classes, so they are not thread safe. So what is thread safe and what is not thread safe, that we have seen already in during the list interface tutorial. So if you're not sure, please watch that video, so that you will come to know what is thread safe and what is not thread safe, and you will come to know about the difference between the synchronized and non-synchronized, okay. So once you do this one, then if multiple threads are being accessing this set object, it will not give any kind of exceptions or any data loss or anything, okay. So this will be really useful, but the performance will get delayed because each thread needs to wait outside for when any of the threads are doing actions in this object, right. So that is one thing. So all the set classes are not synchronized, and this point we have already discussed. Now we don't have any index related methods like get or insert, as it does not maintains any order, okay. Although it is the values are being inserted in an index format, it does not maintain any order, right. So they have removed this get methods and other index related methods in set, okay. So if you want to access or you have a requirement to go through the index related actions, then it's better you can choose the list interface instead of set interface, okay. Okay, so here you can see these are some differences that we need to discuss about hash set, link set, and tree set. So what is the main difference when you have to choose the hash set, link set, and tree set? If you want to store unique objects, okay, but no need to maintain insertion order. At that time, you can go for an hash set. Okay, so just now we have seen if you run it, it is not maintaining any kind of insertion order, right? Randomly it displays the values, so it will not maintain any insertion order hash set, but it will store unique objects, okay. But in linked hash set, you can see it will store unique objects and when need to maintain insertion order also, okay. So if you put it as an linked hash set, then whatever the order that you added here, that will be maintained and it will be processed based on that one, okay. So at that time you can go for an linked hash set, okay. So tree set, if you want to store unique objects and need to sort the objects in the set collection, okay. So here you can see it is added in this way, but if you run this program, you can see, right, it sorts the order and it removes the duplicates, but the order is sorted, okay, from ascending to descending. So at that time you can go for the tree set, okay. So this is the main thing that you need to keep in mind when you are choosing the set classes, okay. And here these are some differences. Hash set uses hash map for storing objects, and here it internally uses linked hash map for storing objects, and tree set uses tree map for storing objects, okay. So this is the concept that they are using for the implementation of this classes set interface in set interface, okay. And regarding the performance, it gives better performance than linked hash set and tree set, okay. So the performance while adding, removing, whatever the operation that you are performing using this hash set is better in performance when compared with the linked hash set and tree set. And this linked hash set, its performance of it's between the hash set and the tree set, but it is somewhat similar to the hash set only, okay. And it's better than tree set, okay. So that is the performance difference that we have for the linked hash set. Tree set gives the less performance when comparing with the hash set and linked hash set, because it has to sort the elements, right, after each insertion and removal operation. This tree set needs to sort the elements, so it takes more time when compared to the hash set and the linked hash set, okay. And for comparing and removing the duplicate elements, hashset uses the equals and hashcode methods. Linked hashset uses the equals and hashcode methods. So these two are similar, but reset uses the compare and or compare to methods for getting the unique elements of that object. Okay, so it will find out the duplicates using these methods and it will remove the values which are in the duplicate form. Okay, and that's how it gives the unique elements using these methods only. Okay, so and linked hashset is using equals and hashcode method. Reset uses compare and compare to methods. Okay, and here it allows one null value. So here let us add some null values. Okay, so since it is integer, let me change to string, and I will add some string values here. So I changed everything to string now, and I have added two null values here. Yeah, and here we need to change it to string. Also, we need to pass the generates as string here. So now this is using the tree set, right? So let me run this one, and here you can see it will not. Okay, it is throwing some null pointer exception. Okay, and let me try to execute using the hash set here, and here you need to change to string. And if I run this program now, you can see it displays the value. Okay, so one null value has been added here in the hash set. Okay, but we have added two, but it allows only one null value, and that is getting displayed here. So it does not have any issues. But reset, it does not allow even one null value, right? Even if I remove this one, you can see it will throw a null pointer exception only. Okay, anyway, it will throw a null pointer exception because tree set does not allow to add null values in it. Okay, so if I change this to an linked hash map, right, even there you will not have any issues. So let me create an object for linked hash map. Sorry, linked hash set. We'll comment out these two things. So now let me run this one, and here you can see you will not get the null pointer exception because here also it allows to add one null value. Okay, and the following you can see the sequence has been followed, right? So that also we have seen in our previous example. Okay, and this is one point that we have to note it down when comparing the set classes. And the other one is hash set requires less memory. Okay, so this one, since it is following the hash map concept, right, it requires very less memory when compared to the linked hash set and tree set. But linked hash set requires more memory than hash set, as it has both linked hash set, sorry, linked list along with hash map. Okay, so it has the previous and next node concept that we discussed during the list interface. So it is going to consume more memory when compared to the hash set. Okay, and tree set also requires more memory than hash set as it maintains a comparator to sort the elements. Okay, so it is using the comparator interface, right? So it requires more memory when compared to the hash set. So these are some kind of differences that we can see between the linked hash set, tree set, and hash set. Okay, so based on the requirement, so the as I said, the first one you need to note it down. If you want to store a group of values that should have unique values, then you have to go for the set interface classes, and inside this we have three classes, and this one should be targeted based on these differences. Okay, and the main one is hash set. It does not give the insertion order, it does not maintain. Okay, randomly it will process, but it will store unique objects. Linked hash set, it will maintain the insertion order also, but it will store unique objects as well. A tree set, it will store unique objects and it will sort the objects that are in the set collections. Okay, and the other performance and memory conceptions, all these things you can note it down, and based on your requirement, you can use the class that you require for the set interface. Okay, so that's it about the set interface, and we have seen the differences between the set and list also. So next we will be seeing what is a map interface and what are the classes that are implementing the map interface. Okay, and thanks for watching this video.